Hello and welcome to the Judy Corrao Show. Today what we're going to talk about are volunteers. Many people have said to me, I hear that volunteers actually run the world, and how do you become a volunteer, and why has volunteerism become so important in our state and in our nation? And to help us explore that today is Jackie Connolly, who is a senior volunteer coordinator from Hennepin County. Jackie, welcome.
Welcome, thank you.
So you heard all those questions, volunteerism.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a bit, give us a background of how it has taken off.
Well,
or maybe it always has.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, volunteers
Yes.
do run the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in just about every walk of life, people are involved in their communities, and certainly here at Hennepin County. And I've been working with volunteers for a very long time and enjoy it immensely. In fact, they're the cream of the crop. They really are.
You have told me before that Hennepin County manages to enlist the utter cream of the crop,
Mm-hmm.
and they are the best.
Mm-hmm.
What kinds of jobs do volunteers do for Hennepin County? I know that they have programs in every area, but you work in what?
I work in the Human Services
Mm-hmm.
Department and Public Health as well. And we have volunteers that work with individuals, people that are in need of extra support. Their social worker has referred them to us. We also have volunteers that work with staff on projects, administrative kinds of things. And then more recently, we have volunteers in some of our new hubs that the county is opening up. They opened one up in the Northwest area about a year ago, and so we've got volunteers working there. And it'll continue to have other volunteers working with the other hubs as they open.
What are the hubs?
They're
Are those the regions?
Those are the regions. They are going to be in the suburbs of Hennepin County as well as in the city. And it'll be more convenient for people in the community to come in where they live rather than have to go all downtown.
Can you give us a small breakdown about where you think they're going to be?
Where you think
the
they're going to be?
hubs, the regions.
We have one that just opened in Bloomington, where I've been working with volunteers there. We have one in Brooklyn Center that's been there for over a year. And we will have one in Hopkins, downtown Minneapolis, South Minneapolis, North Minneapolis,
and Northeast Minneapolis,
and Northeast,
and
yes. Thanks
downtown.
for remembering. Yes,
this
right.
is what I have been told.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So they'll be all over, and it'll be very convenient for people to, go where it's close for them. And for a lot of them, there's free parking, so that's really helpful too.
You also talked about that you have volunteers that have been top managers in their own companies or their programs, and they have retired, and that there are volunteer opportunities. There are many volunteer opportunities at Hennepin County. Talk about that. What we know and what you described is there's individual volunteerism for folks that are referred from social workers.
Right.
But you also have many kinds of volunteer jobs.
I have volunteers that, we kind of take a look at their special skills. For example, I have volunteers that, have writing skills, so they have helped with newsletters. We've had people that maybe had an accounting background, so they have helped, clients that maybe need some assistance in that area with, paying bills, etc. So we take a look at what they bring to volunteering, and if it's something they really want to make use of those skills, we try to find a good fit. We're very interested in doing that, and it's been great to be able to look for higher level roles for volunteers too, to work on projects, even to assist us as volunteer coordinators on special projects.
You had told me that you have had volunteers who can do annual reports, volunteers who can set up systems, volunteers who are great systems managers and can get brought in by departments on a volunteer level. And these folks are largely people who do not want to work in the main 5 days a week, 8 hours a day or 10 hours a day, but will give a huge number of hours to help on a project or on a consistent basis.
Yes, for example, I had them work on a holiday project that I was working on. They would help. It was over a couple of months, and so they would come in a couple times a week, and we have the ability to allow them to use our computers so they can do computer work with us, and it's been great to have that extra help because we just don't have enough support staff to do those kinds of projects.
And for public health professionals, and there are many public health professionals that are not working, that do not at this time want to work full-time, but want to take their background on public health and work for hospitals or work for any agencies, and they have offered to come to work here, to volunteer here in the public health department in Pilot City and in many places. Talk a bit about how you take a look and evaluate every skill and say, now I'm going to sit down and place them where they should be placed.
Well, I think what we try to do is instead of recruiting for a particular job, we try to talk to them about what do they want to get out of this, what time they've got, what's been their skills, rather than, you know, here's a job and we try to get them to take that job. And so we try to work with them on that. And I think that works better for people. They feel like, gee, they're interested in making sure I have a good fit. And I think that's what keeps people coming back too. And sometimes they'll do something for a while and there's no longer a need. And so you just kind of explore with them other possibilities and even refer them maybe to another program in the county if it doesn't fit with, you know, what we have available.
You also have a large donor program, and talk a bit about that, because I don't know. That's an interesting program.
Yes, we've got actually several areas during the school year that comes up. You know, starting in September, we do a backpack challenge program, and we have both community organizations, companies, as well as county staff that participate in donating backpacks and supplies to help our clients get ready for school, which is a real important project. So we have volunteers that help with that major undertaking that goes on for a couple of months. And then for the holiday, we do something very similar. We have many clients that don't have support for the holidays, and so we assist with finding donors that can sponsor families or individuals.
Jackie, how do people get a hold of you and talk to you and say, this is what I'm interested in doing?
Absolutely. Our number is 612-348-9900, and you can leave a message and you'll hear from one of our team members within, 24 hours, and we're all familiar with the various programs within the county, and we try to help you find your fit.
And if they leave a message on 9900, they know that it's going to be returned.
Absolutely.
Take the last 10 seconds and tell us what you didn't say, the most important thing you want our viewers to know.
I just want to make sure that people know that we can find a good fit for you. And if you don't have if you're not sure exactly what you want to do, all of us have been doing this for a number of years, and we are very willing to sit and talk to you about your interest and find a good fit for you.
Jackie Connolly, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
And thank you for being with us today. You heard the number, you know where to call, and thank you so much.